Okay, now I've opened the app, and we're going to go ahead and adjust the screen here a little bit. We'll get started. So the first thing it's going to be looking for is your device connections, your sensors. And because I don't have anything on there right now, I'm just going to go ahead. We don't have any, so I'm just going to go ahead and get Let's Ride. But this is where you would pair your heart rate monitor, your trainer, etc., etc. And then if you are using a dump trainer like I am, you can estimate your power based on one of these dump trainers that they have set up here. So I'm done with that. Then this is the course selection screen, and what I've done is downloaded Latigo Canyon, and that's at the very bottom here, and I'm going to click on that. So now here's the Latigo Canyon start screen. Then I'll go to add workout, and as you can see, there's Roger's FulGaz test. We're going to select that. Now it'll appear on the screen. Then I'll hit ride and start the ride. And there's an audible here that says ready, set, go. And there's a cadence recommendation there, 85, 1 minute at so many watts. Again, it's important to set up your FTP, and obviously it's giving me a notification that there's no power that I've set up. So, and after 1 minute, are you sure you're connected? You can see all the information on the screen. There's the grade here. This is how far you've gone so far. Your heart rate would be there. That's how far you've gone. Here's your target RPM is 85, and this is your current RPM, which is 0 right now. This is how far to go before the next interval. This is your wattage, what your erg watt should be. Okay, so now we've gone a minute. Now you want to do 1 minute at 128, at 65 cadence, etc., etc. So that's how that operates. Now to end the ride, you can see over here it says end ride. So we're going to end ride, and we're going to cancel that. We just don't want to save that. And you get the ride set up after you finish. It comes up right away. So let's look at the settings here. Ride history, ride management is one of the things you may want to look into. How you want to, when you download a ride, how much free space you have available here. Do you want to auto save rides? Not really. Download rides, of course, I only have one ride downloaded. That's Latigo Canyon. It tells you how big it is. You can make it smaller by having different resolution, and there's management tips here also. So let's go back and look at the next item, and that's workout settings. I have my FTP set at 150, which is a little easy for me. You could set it on erg mode, which is really devilish. I'm not sure if you really want to do that. Hide the grade charts. I have it hidden. You want Bernard to give you tips along the way, like when to start the interval, when to stop the intervals. So that's all. Open that up. You either want it or don't want it. I don't want the audible, so I got Bernard kind of clammed up. But you could turn him on by just hitting that button, and then he'll actually talk to you. It sounds like a computer, so it's not like all that really lovely of a smooth voice. So that was workout settings. Then the virtual rider, you could set Bernard up however you want him. let's just go ahead and look at that. On-screen feedback is what we do want, because that's going to give you you know, your prompts before you start intervals. You don't necessarily want to chat with Bernard, so let's see, we're going to go see other options here. Spoken feedback, Bernard's voice. Doesn't look like there's many choices for Bernard's voice. Audible notification, etc., etc. Video, where I just want him normal. Anyway, you can mess around with Bernard and tell him or explain how much you want to get involved with Bernard here. Pretty much the minimum for me. Now we'll go back to the settings, and there's your account subscription, update the subscription details. Units, of course, as you know, I like metric. And then ride modes. So ride modes basically show how you want to see the video. So me, I want the video to ride the same way all the time. So whoever recorded that video, I want it to play at that speed. And no matter what I'm doing, I'm not going to speed it up or slow it down. It's always going to play at the same speed. My information is going to be accurate. Now you could change it to reactive, where as you go faster, the video goes faster. You go slower, the video goes slower. And then of course the challenge is when the video actually plays in a way to make you push a little harder at times and allows you to go easier at times. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but I don't like the video to give me the command on how to ride. I just want to ride. But the reactive is pretty cool. It's very accurate. And then if you want to just do one lap, you hit single play, and it's not working here. Anyway, makes the video loop until you, no, that's right. I'm hitting the wrong thing. So single play means you do it one time. And if you want to do a short climb but many times up, like hill repeats, it'll automatically send you back down to the start, and you can do as many laps as you want. So, for example, when we were in Griffith Park a couple weeks ago, you could go up and down, not down, but just up the climb, and it will take you back automatically to the bottom, and you can repeat that in a number of laps. Also, there's velodromes on FulGaz, and you could do a number of laps on the velodrome and just do one lap, and then it'll stop, then do another lap, it'll stop. That's a little annoying, but it actually is not that bad. Then, of course, there's your personal settings you want in there. Aerodynamic drag for a standard bike is 0.4. Rolling resistance, that's, again, it gives you tips on that. Power smoothing, if you have no smoothing at all, it's the graph's going to look real jerky. And I have it at maximum smoothing because we tend to do more steady stuff on the trainer, and I want that graph to look a little smoother to see, how I'm going up and down. Slope limit. So this is how we can cheat a little bit. So you can have 100% is exactly as filmed. So if it's a 10% grade you're on, that's what you're going to feel. So obviously I have it at 20%. So I would feel a 2% grade on a 10% hill. And so we can handicap that way. I know Jason mentioned something about that the other day, and so we can do handicaps on that. So Jason gets 100%, and Jan gets 10 or 15% or whatever, 20%, and you can't go negative. So otherwise, I would be using that, but 20% is what I have it set at right now. And then the real road feel, that's more for the Tax Neos and other trainers that make you feel like you're on gravel or cobbles or whatever, and we don't have that, so we don't use it. Advanced trainer settings to feel the speed of your trainer. Again, we're not going to get into that. Video quality, now this will determine how fast the thing runs. And I have it at kind of almost a minimum, not SD, but 720, because when I'm riding it, you know, I don't really need to see all of the insects on all the leaves on all the trees. But you can go as high as 4K. If you've got a fast enough processor, then you can go to a really nice fast streaming, or if your Wi-Fi is really fast too. But if your Wi-Fi is somewhat sketchy, you want to go with a lower quality video, just so that it's not going to take so long to render as you're going along. And then, of course, I always use a TV out, so I have my laptop, not my laptop, my iPad or my phone running FulGaz, and I have it hooked up to a TV. In this case, I have it hooked up to my my laptop here. Enhanced streaming, yeah, not going to get into that. Connectivity, I have it connected to Strava, and there's other connections that you can have. You can make it private or public. You can go on Training Peaks. You can update ride lists, etc., etc. Run diagnostics. So anyway, so those are all the settings. And there's really good videos. If you're looking for tips, you can go to various videos for FulGaz. You can Google FulGaz, and it'll give you all kinds of, if you're running into any problems, they have really good YouTube videos to look at. Then, of course, you know, there's all the selections for the various rides that you may want to do. Again, we're looking at a downloaded one, and Latigo is also a favorite. But you can look at FulGaz library or FTP programs. Alptawez is always trending, and then there's some really interesting mountain bike ones too. You can ride your road bike on mountain bike trails. That's kind of cool, except for the fact that they can be pretty steep, in which case you want to go back to your settings and do a percentage of the steepness. You can view all. When you go to view all, you can go up here and hit this magnifying glass and do a search. Type in your search. Let's see if I can get that right here. And type in your search. So if, for example, we're looking for, let's see if there's a Pacific Coast Highway. I'll just type in Pacific. So there's Pacific Coast Highway there. There's another one in Santa Monica Mountains that's all on the Pacific Coast. So let's cancel that. We'll go back. And then there's other rides. Of course, you can 4 laps of London. There's a lot of different courses. They're all very well taped. Really interesting stuff. If you want to go ad nauseum, you can go through all of the various, you know, alphabetical order. Now, one of the things that's interesting for us also is, I'm still trying to get to the search here. Okay, so if we want to go to the World Championship Masters, it's actually in Whistler. There's the Whistler Gran Fondo. There's the complete one, or the Gran Fondo. Here is the World Championship one. They're both virtually the same courses. This one goes, it starts a little bit further back, and you can see one is 4K and one's 1080, and they're both will give you a complete, absolute complete example of video of what the World Championship road course is going to be like. Anyway, that's about all I have to say about this for now. Again, anytime you want to mess with the settings, you just go up here to this little icon up there, hit it, You can get your settings all messed around with. And that's it. So let's have some fun with this.